Hello, welcome back to another stream. Um, it is the Nets taking on the Toronto Raptors, game number 33 of the season. The Nets are 12 and 20. They are in 12th in the Eastern Conference. I'm a bit under the weather today, but we had to be here for the first D-Lo game in a Nets uniform in about 6 years. This, like, to me feels like it feels like I'm in 2018 again. Because it's just gonna look so strange because I'm so used to seeing D'Lo in a well in any other uniform um not named the Nets. It's just so strange because he's well, yeah, the last time he played with us, we went on that 42 win season. It was just a quality team. The vibes from the bench were crazy. Um, it just feels like I've got a piece of that again. Um, because we haven't had Jared Allen or Levert for a while. We had Dinwiddie for a bit there, but it never felt the same. D'Lo's just a bit of a different one, I think. I don't know how well he's going to perform, but also happy New Year to those in the chat. First game of 2025, of course. Starting five for the Nets today. We'll have the new acquisition D'Lo coming off the bench. Cam Johnson, Clowney, Claxton, Keon Johnson, and Ben Simmons will all start. Cam Thomas is not available today. He is out with injury management. He will play tomorrow. And then from a Toronto Raptors perspective, they've got Emmanuel Quickly back. He's been out for about 20 games. And the last time we played the Raptors, Jakob Poeltl was not playing. So they are looking vastly better than what they were in the previous meeting between these two teams. We won that game 101-94 about 2 weeks ago. And in that game, Cam Johnson scored 33. No other net scored more than 12. So it's fair to say that Cam carried us in that game. And for Toronto, they got 20 out of Agbaji, 19 out of Grady Dick, and 16 out of Scottie Barnes. I do remember, though, in that game, the third quarter was the most resounding quarter for Toronto. They outscored us 30-18. However, that was spearheaded by those three names that I just mentioned. Outside of that third quarter, they really struggled. They only scored 64 points across 3 quarters. So it's look, they've got a little bit more firepower today, which is, I mean, good for them because they had Jacoby Walter in the starting lineup, which is never going to end too well. They had Jonathan Mogbo in the starting lineup as well. So they were definitely a lot weaker in the previous matchup. But Toronto are coming off a really, really bad performance a couple of days ago. They played Boston and they scored 71 points in the entire match, which is just crazy to think. They had a 35-point first half and then a 36-point second half. And they got outscored by 44 points. 44 points in the second half, which is just mental. Scottie Barnes was the only player to score in double figures for Toronto the other day. So, I mean, I don't know what version of Toronto we're going to get, but quickly coming back is definitely a good acquisition for them. For the Nets, Cam Thomas scored 25 the other day. That was a good showing. The Nets choked. I don't exactly remember the run that Orlando went on to get themselves back into the contest, but they definitely knuckled down in the fourth quarter. I think they outscored us by about 15 points in the fourth. 16 points, there you go. And so it was a pretty big fall off in that fourth quarter. Let's have a look. At the 8:03 mark, they were up 17. At the 7:16 mark, they were up 17. So they let Orlando go on a 19-2 run over like a 7-minute period, which is sort of crazy to think. A lot of misses in there. And really, look, the Cole Anthony shot was pretty crafty. But the Nets will be ruining that missed opportunity. I don't think any pro tanker is going to be complaining about that loss. Because we shouldn't really be beating Orlando. But it is going to be interesting to see today really what we dish up. The previous game, I don't actually remember too much, surprisingly, but the game before that, we played San Antonio. That was an absolute grind as well. And so, like, I feel like today could be something very, very similar. The Nets struggled to score the ball against the Spurs. They held San Antonio to 11 first quarter points. They defended Wembanyama pretty well, and not really anyone got a hold of the game. But the Nets, shot the ball 29% from three, 39% from the field, and only had 8 free throws the whole of that Spurs match, and had 16 turnovers. So, look, pretty disappointing showing that game as well, considering we got 25 points out of Keon Johnson, but there was no Cam Johnson in that game. Cam Johnson did return against Orlando, had a much quieter game. Don't remember him having as quiet a game for a long time. So, it's going to be interesting to see what version of the Nets we do get today. You can see the team stats popping up for the Nets here. They shot the ball pretty well the other night, and had a lot of free throws. I'm pretty sure those are the stats. But they got heavily out-rebounded. Points in the paint, they got dominated. And that usually is a pretty common trend against teams that have a lot of, they've got that bully ball sort of big. Bitadze absolutely killed us the other day. And Claxton, he's not having the best of seasons at all. And look, that game was no exception, really. I don't think, Clax has been up to the standard at the moment. He is, what did he do? He only had 6 points the other night, which is problematic. Day'Ron Sharp's playing better than him. And in the fourth quarter, we only made 5 field goals. And Claxton didn't make a shot. Had a couple turnovers in the fourth. Yeah, it's outside of Jalen Wilson, who hit all our 3-pointers and half our buckets, over half, 60% of our buckets. He nearly played the entire quarter. It was really dire in the fourth for the Nets. Wilson scores 13 points in the fourth quarter. We scored 18 total, which is just mental. So the Nets will be looking to not fall into that sort of a rut today. Because, you cannot have one player account for that many of your points. So we're a little bit of time away before the start of the game. This is the first match with D'Lo in a Nets uniform since, I wouldn't know. Probably, I'm going to say it would have been the series against Philadelphia, probably. I'm just going to have a look and see. Brooklyn. Let's have a look. So the 2018-19 season, the Uriel was an all-star, amazingly enough. Let's see, can we find... So the last time he would have played would have been Game 5 against Philly. We got smacked up by 22, and he shot the ball 3 of 16. He had a couple of good games in that playoff series. Had a game where he scored 21, had 6 assists. Had multiple games with 2 or more steals. I don't think he's going to replicate that, though. He's been questionable at best with his defense, I think. Alrighty. Please excuse me if I lack a little bit of energy today. I'm not feeling 100%, but we are here. I needed to see what D'Lo's all about. And we are going to need to take a little bit of time before we see him on the court because, of course, he is coming off the bench today. No Cam Thomas, so D'Lo is going to be... Well, D'Lo is probably going to be... I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. My mind is drifting today. But the starting lineups, in case you've missed it: Simmons, Keon Johnson, Cam Johnson, Clowney, and Claxton. For Toronto, it is Quickly, Grady Dick, Scottie Barnes, Agbaji, and Jakob Poeltl. We're about to get this one underway, and this feels like a game Claxton's going to get killed in his center matchup. But we're underway, and unsurprisingly, Poeltl wins the jump ball, and Toronto will get into the set. It's Quickly out to Grady Dick. 3 is off. Rebound for Claxton. So first possession of the game is a stop for the Nets. Looking at potential matchups, doesn't look like there's anything to stand out at the moment. Nothing all that surprising. Drive in by Keon Johnson has had a couple of good games. Good feed to Claxton, who's short on the 2. And it's batted to Quickly, who's going to push the pace. Bounce pass. Oh! Agbaji with the make. One-handed flush in transition. Simmons nearly lost the ball. So Raptors on the board first here. Simmons off glass. And it's off. Rebound Quickly. Kick out. Quickly. Shoots a 3. And that rims out. The offensive rebound by Toronto. And Poeltl with the right hand. That's a pretty looking hook shot. And he's got their second bucket of the game. So the Nets have conceded the opening couple of buckets. They haven't looked... Shot selection hasn't looked too bad, but Raptors definitely getting better percentage looks. Keon Johnson hits the tray. He's had a really solid stretch of games this week. Or in the last 7 days. Quickly on the outside, given way too much room. But he doesn't shoot. And now flings it across to Agbaji. Quickly is way too much space. Well short on the 3. Claxton with the rebound, and Simmons will bring it up. Guarded by Barnes. Cross. Drive in. Layup. Nope. And the rebound by Poeltl. Simmons wanted the whistle. And then the pocket pass on the other end for Toronto goes out of bounds. So, first turnover of the game for Toronto. Couple of minutes into the contest. Simmons. Off-ball screen action there for Cam Johnson. Simmons will use the Johnson screen. Hands it to him on the catch. Splash money. 6-4. The Nets have got answered nicely. And then Simmons with the steal. Walking a tightrope. I don't know how he was able to work with the little space he had to get the steal and then push the pace. And then the Nets, via a bit of fortune, it was a bit of pinball under the basket. It ended up with Claxton. And the two-handed flush gives the Nets a 4-point lead. And then Grady Dick was going to blow the layup. But Cam Johnson's knocked it off the glass and it's deemed goaltending. So a bit of a let-off. Similar fortune up the other end to what the Nets got on the previous sequence. More space here for Cam Johnson as he squares up again and hits from the same spot. Lost the defender. He's on a tear. Barnes. Bit of a dribble package here to try lose Claxton. It didn't work. And then quickly on the three. Doesn't get it to go. Claxton with the board. And now Simmons again has been given the facilitation responsibilities early. Johnson the driving kick. Clowney in the corner to Claxton in the middle. Simmons will get the ball. Feed it to Keon Johnson on the opposite wing. Drives in. Lost the ball. And there's a steal. It's Agbaji who will come up with the reward. And then the drive in. The layup is off. The putback is off. And the rebound. The Nets have the numbers and they can run. It's a 4-on-3. Johnson, same spot. Nope. And the long rebound by Scottie Barnes. Quickly. The bounce pass. Another look for Toronto. This time it's good. So 11-9. Pretty even start. That's their first three-pointer of the match. Simmons with the spin to lose Barnes. Takes it in. The kick out to Keon Johnson. Second try from three-point land is off. And then Agbaji will pull up for three the other way. And he'll hit the tray and give the Raptors, well, I thought the lead, but it's going to be counted as a 2. So 11-all. Johnson. The Johnsons combine. Keon Johnson will shoot the 3. That one's off again. And then Jakob Poeltl with a little bit of an arm barge into the back of Claxton. And so it will be called an over-the-back foul. And it will be Nets ball on the side. So 7 minutes to play. 11 apiece. Raptors have scored the last 5. Here's Clowney on the outside. Claxton open on the perimeter. He won't shoot that. Simmons, spin with the right hand. Nope. Hits back rim. Rebound for Scottie Barnes. Who's going to survey the floor? There's the lob. Bullshit. Bullshit. Scottie Barnes has just lobbed it up for an alley-oop and it's gone in for 3. They got to review that back because that didn't actually look like it went in, but apparently it did. Nice lob by Simmons to Claxton and we have a timeout. We're going to need to see a replay on this because Scottie Barnes has launched it from about 30 feet and it's gone in. Let's have a look. It did. Holy shit. I don't know what the ruling is behind offensive basket interference, but maybe a case could have been made for that, but I stand corrected. Miracle Tree, welcome. Go Pack, welcome, mate. Happy New Year to everyone in the chat. Hope you're all doing well. Let me just get this fan turned on. Alrighty. So, pretty even start. We have not seen D'Lo yet. Why the hell is Cam Thomas there? I need to change. I need to change the face. The player that we're running with for the player to watch. I sort of want to get D'Angelo Russell. Let's see if I'll do that. Just got to find... I don't know if he's got a... I don't think he has a Nets photo yet. We'll just run with this. Hang on. Hold on a second, lads. Okay. Cam Johnson's had a really nice start. 2 threes made for him. Claxton's gotten involved in the offense nice and early after a really quiet match the other day. So that, of course, is a positive sign as well. Alrighty, let's get D'Lo in. Where are you, D'Lo? There he is. Okay. Let's just get that updated. Hold on. Apologies for the little delay, or not delay. Just doing a bit of multitasking. There you go. Now D'Lo's there. Alrighty. Okay, so play resumes, and we've still got the same group, except Jalen Wilson's come into the game. The Raptors have Jamal Shead in the contest. The Nets get a rebound after the Raptors miss on their first shot after the timeout. Ben Simmons up top. Cross court to Wilson, who will let it fly and hit. So first 3 of the contest for J-Dub. He scored 16 the other night off the bench. We have a foul, and I think it's on Simmons. It'll be on the floor as well. I don't know how many minutes D'Lo's going to play tonight, in all honesty. Barnes will trigger in. They took too long. 5-second call. They were looking for Grady Dick off the inbounds. And that was good work by Cam Johnson to just hold up the play enough to ensure that that pass wasn't released. So a turnover. D'Lo's getting ready to check in. And Day'Ron Sharpe as well. So maybe we'll get a little bit of P&R action with D'Lo and Day'Ron. Clowney looking for a handoff. It's Cam Johnson who takes it inside. Claxton bankers good. Falling to the floor off balance. And that was, well, pretty effective use of the shot clock there. And then Cam Johnson reads the backdoor cut. They try to get it there. It's another steal. And then Ben Simmons just threw it away. So the Nets let the Raptors off there. Barnes will back down Wilson. The turnaround J is good. It rattles home. And the lead is cut to 2. So those changes are still yet to be made. We haven't had a stoppage in the game yet. Johnson pulls up at the elbow and misses, and Pirtle with the rebound. Shed will push the pace. He'll maneuver his way inside, and the layup is off. Potentially, there was a goaltend in that. And it is going to be a goaltend. Oh, Clax, you idiots. D'Lo's in the game, ladies and gentlemen. D'Lo is in the game. This is actually so confusing. This is so crazy that we've had Dinwiddie and D'Lo back on the Nets within like 24 months. After they were both there in 2018. Day'Ron Sharpe's also into the game. They missed the free throw, the Raptors, and here's D'Lo bringing it up. And then he blows the he blows the pocket pass. So straight away, D'Lo making his impact felt in a negative manner. So 18 apiece. The Raptors going to get inside. Shot on the baseline is off. And the board is fought between Day'Ron and Clowney, but Sharp will be credited with the stat. Johnson to Wilson, another 3 in rhythm. That one's off. And the board by Boucher. Shed on the outside. There's going to be an offensive foul, and it's on the screen. It's D'Lo who draws it, I believe. Looks like there's going to be a challenge on that supposed illegal screen, which was called a Toronto turnover. 18 apiece, though. Interesting sort of game so far. I really haven't been able to tell who's got the upper hand here. Claxton's got 6 alongside Cam Johnson, who's gone and scored a couple of 3-pointers. Wilson's also hit a 3, and so has Johnson. So the Nets are 4 of 8 from downtown. The Raptors shooting just a little bit better efficiency-wise. But there's really not much that can separate the two teams. Both teams have turned the ball over at stages. And ultimately, I mean, shooting splits are near identical. So it's there's not really much to extract from the Toronto end. I mean, they've also had a pretty equal distribution scoring-wise. Lots of changes for this team. It's a bit hard to keep up. Yeah, it is. There are a few things going on. I'm a bit behind, but D'Lo looks good in the Nets uniform. It's just a bit off-putting because I'm used to just seeing him in the normal outfit and the Coogee uniform, which was such a dope uniform. It looks so good on the eye. Like, I would actually kill to go back to the 2018 season and see those the Coogee jerseys. Like, I'd love the Nets to rock that again because they look so good. Like, with the collaring and like, I don't even know how to explain it, but like, you'd like there and then like those sort of spots. There was like those, it was like a rainbow sort of coloring. I don't really know how to explain it, but it looks so clean. Looks like Dayron may have pushed Jakob. I believe they've won the challenge. It's the foul on Sharp. So they've turned shit around there. Looks like Tyrese Martin's come into the game as well. D'Lo, Johnson, Wilson, Sharp, and Martin. D'Lo's basically playing with G-Leaguers. They get inside, the kick out to Davion Mitchell. No. Pirtle can't get the offensive rebound to go. And the Nets will get into a set. It's D'Lo. Bounce pass to Sharp and now Wilson. D'Lo will get it back here. He's going to pull up for 3. And he gets it to go. There we go. D'Lo on the board. And then he gets the steal. Pickpockets him. Oh, beautiful. D'Lo with the floater. He scored the last 5 by himself. One-man army. Walter is blitzed. Pirtle nearly lost the ball. Walter again pressed by Keon Johnson. Cross. Gets inside. It's good defense. There's a foul. I don't know who the fuck that's on. That's a pretty looking layup by D'Lo. It's good to see him back in a Nets uniform, I will say that. It's just like such a nostalgia hit. Olynyk nearly lost the ball. Well, he did, but it went back to Toronto, and then Boucher with the heave up. Are you fucking kidding me? They've hit two of the most ridiculous three-pointers I've ever seen. Nets up 2. D'Lo. Guarded on the outside by Walter. Uses the Sharp screen and then lobs it up to Sharp. Changed his decision mid-shot to not shoot the ball. I think he lost the handle on the basketball and was able to feed Day'Ron Sharp and get the assist. Walter, the pull-up 3. Yes. So, back down to a 1-point lead. There's a foul on Davion Mitchell, who looks to be getting that D'Lo assignment. 2:01 to play here in this opening quarter. Quickly's back in. So Wilson will trigger in. D'Lo's on the weak side. He's going to come around and collect from Day'Ron Sharp now. Pump fake. Lost the ball. There was a foul on Mitchell. I believe that's his second personal in quick time. Ball inbounded. D'Lo. Using that screen again. Hangs. And there's the foul. And Mitchell's just been hit with a technical, and he's also just picked up his third personal in about 2 minutes. So that's pretty crafty by D'Lo. So Wilson will shoot the tech. That's good. And then D'Lo will shoot a pair at the line. So D'Lo's got 5. He's going for points 6 and 7. If he makes both, he's leading the Nets for scoring, and he's barely been on. So first free throw is good. And the second is also good. So 28-24 Nets. And they've basically led the entirety of this first quarter. So definitely an improvement on what they produced in the fourth quarter against Orlando. Quickly gets inside. Lost the ball going up. D'Lo will get the steal. Pocket pass. What a find. Gets it to Martin. Sharp splits defenders. Kicks it out to Johnson. The sidestepping 3 is good. That is skillful from the corner. I did not know he had that in him. The Nets have gotten it out to a game-high 7-point lead. Quickly out to Olynyk. Looking for the handoff. Boucher, drive in. Kick out to Quickly. Extra to Barnes. They've lost the ball again, and the Nets will get another steal. It's Keon Johnson who will push the pace. Drives it in. Martin, Sharp. Wide open 3, top of the key. Nope. And the board for Scottie Barnes with under 50 seconds left. He'll take it inside and kick it back out to Olynyk, who will secure the basketball and look for Quickly now. 12 to shoot. Quickly drive in. Kick out to Boucher. It's an open look. And it's an air ball. Martin will push. D'Lo. Oh, beautiful bounce pass. And the reverse for Martin. That is just so clean. Team first play. We didn't quite execute the 2-for-1. Well, we did. But there's only a 2-second difference between shot and game. So not much we could probably do with 2 seconds. Provided Toronto don't use the entire clock. Quickly, the step back 2 is Good. So 5.5 for the Nets to get it end to end. They'll look for D'Lo, and they get it to him. 4, 3, 2. Wilson, huge three. Oh my God, that was up in the clouds. The arc was unbelievable on that. The first quarter is done though. It's a 7-point lead for the Nets, and it's actually been spearheaded by D'Lo, amazingly enough. 33-26, the score at quarter time. D'Lo has gone out there and, well, stuffed the stat sheet a little bit. I mean, he's got the 7 points. He's got a couple of assists to his name as well. And he's also picked up a steal in only 4 minutes of action. So he's done a little bit of everything. Keon Johnson with the 6. The bench unit has been great for the Nets. Every single net that has come off the bench has scored. And D'Lo's definitely been a key part of that. And the Nets in that opening quarter shoot 50% from 3. They do a little bit better from the field and they hit all their free throws. The turnovers dried up at the end of that first quarter, and it definitely helped their cause. And, well, for Toronto, turnovers were an issue. 6 of them, in fact. And while they shot the ball well, they barely got to the free throw line, and the 3-pointers sort of leaving, well, they're not quite getting the output they would like from the outside in comparison to the Nets. So overall, I mean, it's been a pretty interesting game so far. Nearly every single player on the court has scored. Yeah, so I'm liking what I'm seeing from D'Lo. Very early days, but the 7 points in that opening quarter didn't really feel like he was forcing it. I mean, he's 2 of 2. And he's got the 7 points. So he's done a little bit of everything. He's gotten to the free throw line. He's hit threes. He's gotten a steal. You know, he's been facilitating quite nicely on a couple of those plays, making the right team play, and looking for the best shot available, which is, of course, exactly what you want to see from D'Lo. D'Lo makes this team so much better and more fun to watch, but not sure if that's a good thing. Well, I don't think it is a good thing, because we sort of need the you would have thought a trade like what we did was supposed to make us worse. I'd argue we almost got the best player in the entire trade accidentally. However, the Nets are going to get bailed out here. D'Lo was looking for Wilson up top, and there was an arm hold. It would have been a steal, and the Raptors would have been off to the races if it wasn't for the referee bailing us out. The 5 on the floor for the Nets: Clowney, Claxton, D'Lo, Martin, and Wilson. Wilson just turned it over off the inbounds. That was pretty careless. Quickly weaves inside and kicks it out to Olynyk, who splashes it from the corner. So, Olynyk's not really known as a shooter these days. But a nice make. Martin, they're going to look for D'Lo again, you would think. Martin gets inside. Lob. Beautiful. Clax with the dunk. He's been on the end of multiple lob passes in this game, and it has led to him being the high man. And the Nets have 6 extra points in the paint. Grady Dick loses D'Angelo Russell, missed the layup, and then Claxton is able to snatch the rebound away. D'Lo will push. Step back 3. It's off. Rebound by Walter. Quickly, inside to Barnes. Layup off glass is good. And the defensive rotation wasn't nearly quick enough. So, second quarter action, a minute and a half in. Nets up 4. D'Lo accelerates to the rim and gets the layup to go with a soft touch. D'Lo's got 9. Quickly. With the right, that's off. Claxton with the rebound. And he's going to handle the rock all the way by himself. Oh, that's beautiful. And there's the timeout. That was quite surprising, in fact. I did not expect Clax to take it all the way in. I thought he was going to relieve duties and hand the responsibility to someone else. But Clax has had a really good contest today. He's getting in the right spots. He's getting some strong rebounds. And that play there is one of... Well, that's when Claxton is at his best. It looks like we've got an extra point tacked on for some bullshit reason. Have we made a 3 in the quarter? I'm trying to work it out. I don't think we have. Let's have a look. No, we do have an 8-point lead. Clax has got 10 and 6 already. D'Lo's got the 9, so he's beefing up the scoring tally a little bit more. Those two are our high men. Cam Johnson with the 6, Keon Johnson with 6 also for Toronto. Barnes leads the way with 7. But really, I mean, the Nets are getting some good output out of, well, the new and returning, really. D'Angelo Russell, team high +8. When he's been in the game, his minutes have been the difference maker minutes, amazingly enough. And the Nets are shooting it very, very well. I mean, not from 3. Well, 3, they're shooting it pretty well. But from the field, it's very, very good output. Very, very good output. Clowney is still yet to hit the scoreboard. So is Ben Simmons. But overall, so far, I'm liking Clax's game. I don't think he's had this big of an impact this early in a game for quite some time. Feels like he never has these games where, like, I can't recall the last time we would have only had like 14 minutes elapse and he's got 10 points and 6 rebounds. Like, usually it's a lot different. Usually he takes all game to get to this sort of mark. Usually it takes usually he'll score 10 and 6 in the whole game, and he's already got he's already got the 10 points and the 6 rebounds in 14 minutes of possible game time. And he hasn't been out there for all of that time, of course. Play resumes and the Nets run the same group. Barnes gets inside. Claxton with a good contest, but Barnes was somehow able to muscle his way in and get it over the top. So the lead is 6 for Brooklyn. D'Lo to Claxton. Screen set. Looking for D'Lo again. Quickly going under the screen to the corner for Wilson, who is getting tightly guarded. And he's done well to get inside. He had the angle, but he wasn't able to get the trajectory right. Layup is good. For Toronto, early offense working a treat. It's back to a 4-point game. And D'Lo will look to pass off to Wilson again. Kick out to Clowney. Back to D'Lo. Cross. Guarded by Barnes on an island. Picks up his dribble. 3 for Clowney. Nope. And there's a rebound for Barnes again. He's piling on the rebounds at the moment. Tries to get inside on Martin. And then shoots another mid-range. And gets the soft bounce again. So the last 6 the way of Toronto. And it's been smart buckets. Both teams shooting the ball very similarly from the field. D'Lo to the corner for Clowney. That look is on. It's off. Clowney gets his own miss. It was that bad. And then the loopy kick out to Tyrese Martin. Back to D'Lo in the corner. Not much space to shoot. Gets one up and hits anyway. He's got 12. They feed Barnes in the dunker spot, and that's too easy. That's one way to undo your hard work. Good roll by Claxton. Good knock away, though, by Grady Dick. And he's going to run. Lob it up. Oh, my God, they've blown the layup. The dunk. That was a major highlight, or would have been. And then D'Lo misses another 3 on the pull-up. So a 3-point game. It's actually been a lot more exciting than I could have anticipated. D'Lo with the steal after Barnes lost the handle. The trailer is Martin. 1-2. That is beautiful team basketball. I've noticed early on, D'Lo's smarts have been really on display. Quickly gets inside and shoots and banks it home. I don't know where the foul was there. D'Lo's got 14 points already. This foul's fucking ridiculous, though. D'Lo will go to the bench and sit with the 14 points on 5 of 7 shooting and the 2 assists. One of the major problems for in recent times has been the lack of scoring off the bench. But D'Lo's well and truly, changed things in that regard in very quick time. I mean, outside of Cam Thomas, very rarely will you see a player off the bench for us score 14.5. And at the 7:25 mark in the second quarter, D'Lo's got 14 off the bench. Cam Johnson's back in. Simmons is also in. Sharp is in too. Simmons to Wilson, who will drive on quickly. He's got the size, but Jakob rolls across as the help defender and sends that shit into row E. 9 to shoot. 7:08 mark, second quarter. Ball inbounded to Sharp. Clowney, pump fake. Kick out, Johnson. Gets inside, and another block. And the Raptors won't be allowed to run because it was a shot clock violation. Play will pause. And the Raptors will take it in from the side through Jakob Poeltl, and they'll hand it in to Jamal Shed. Cross-court pass to Walter, given a bit of space, and he's hit another 3, and the Raptors have the lead back. So they've gone on a nice little 14-5 run. Nets were up 39-31. Simmons gets rid. Layup. Doesn't get the angle. Rebound for Walter. He'll push. He goes at Sharp. And then rolls him back to the outside. Walter will shoot another 3. And that one hits back iron. The rebound secured by Sharp. In the midst. And now Simmons across to Clowney. Takes it in. Somehow was able to retain possession. Looked like he'd lost the basketball, but was able to keep composed. We have a blocking foul off the ball. Simmons and Walter fall to the floor. So 1-point lead for Brooklyn. It's been a very even match. 6 minutes to play in this second quarter. We're halfway through. Ball inbounded. Shed. In a switch, guarded by Sharp. To the corner, back to Shed. He'll attack the taller defender. And then on the kick out, the pass was knocked away by Clowney. So the Raptors will have another look. They'll have to inbound it and operate with only 6 seconds on the clock. Oh, that's too easy. What is that? Walter was in acres of space. He'd lost his defender. I don't know who was the man responsible, but unacceptable. Keon Johnson to Clowney. Feeds Dayron Sharp. Cam Johnson. Bounce pass. Clowney is going to be... What? There's a tie-up. It'll be a jump ball between, I think, Clowney and Olynyk. Usually they take a little bit more time to call the jump ball. So 7 seconds for the Nets to shoot if they do win it back on this jump ball. Johnson collects with one hand and then had it pickpocketed. Jamal Shed in transition, a 2-on-2. Grady Dick on the catch. He's got it. And a timeout called by the Nets. So a 4-point lead here for Toronto. They've scored 24 points in this second quarter, which is just incredible. They scored only the 22 or 26 in the first quarter, and they're only 2 points away from hitting that mark. And we've still got a long time to go. A long time to go in this opening half. So it is look, the Nets have been better with the bench than they have with the starters. The starters have been getting cooked. I mean, Noah Clowney's a -11 in his minutes. Meanwhile, D'Lo's a +2. I think Clax is a +5. I mean, it checks out though. D'Lo's our top scorer in the game today with 14. And he's got a steal as well. So he's definitely been a welcomed addition. However, this the last few minutes it's gotten away from the Nets a little bit. They've conceded a 19-7 run. And you look at the shooting splits. The Nets have only made a couple threes in the quarter. The Raptors have now tied the mark set by the Nets, 7 threes each, and the Raptors have made 3 extra field goals on the same amount of attempts. They've also dried up the turnovers. You look at the players that are making the difference here, and a lot of their starters are in the positive. Agbaji is a team high +12, so when he's on the floor, good things are occurring for Toronto, especially when you consider the fact they're only up 4. This is a, really good sign for them. Alrighty. If you are enjoying the stream, by the way, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be back tomorrow for Nets Bucks, so make sure to tune in for that one. Alrighty. Alrighty. So the Nets probably have to respond. I mean, that's the whole point of a timeout. Ball inbounded. 5 minutes to play here in the second. Simmons. Looking. Finds Johnson on the wraparound. Simmons gets it back. Back to Johnson. There's a foul on the 3. There was a bit of a rash closeout right in front of the Nets bench. And it will be 3 shots here for CJ. That's what he does to the opposition. He worries them. Obviously a lethal shooter on the outside. Good shot mechanics. Looks like it's Walter or Agbaji hit with the foul. Johnson at the line hits the first. Makes the second. That one rattles in. One more free throw here for CJ. One more look here. And that also goes in. So Johnson perfect there. D'Lo's back in after an excellent first half. High screen. Olynyk on the wing. Good rotation by the Nets. They don't give the Raptors an inch. Shed on the outside. Drive in. Scores in the mid-range. That was pretty good defense. But better offense. There's going to be an open look here. Johnson gets by the closeout and gets the 2 to go. 52-51. That's a tough 3. That's off. And it's Simmons with the rebound. So Simmons, Johnson, and D'Lo all in the game. CJ gets it to go. And the extra opportunity to get some more points at the free throw line. Simmons pushing the pace. Good feed to CJ. Drew the whistle and was able to get that 2 to go as well. So you love to see it. So 4:06 to play. The Nets have got the lead back. Little 7-2 run since that timeout was called. 4 or so minutes to play in the second. And he also hits another free throw. So 4 consecutive free throws converted here by CJ in the last minute. Barnes pressed by Simmons. Lob up to Pirtle. And the 2's good. Off the window to tie it at 54. This is a pretty high upside lineup. Johnson, Claxton, Simmons, Russell, and Keon Johnson. Ball's knocked away. The Raptors are going at 67% from the field in the quarter. That checks out because they've got 28 already in the quarter. Nets are going at 50%, which isn't bad by any stretch. Ball inbounded. Keon Johnson. Claxton's going to shoot a 3. That nearly went down. Quickly going to push. Gets inside. The scoop. Nope. And it's going to end up Brooklyn basketball. What? I thought we may have handled it on the sideline, but it looks like the Raptors guilty. Yep. It was in fact off Emmanuel quickly. Russell, beautiful skip pass. Keon Johnson, rhythm 3. It's good. He's hit another one. That's his 3rd tray of the game. And that 3 is the difference in this game. 3-point lead. Pirtle. Looking. Quickly's just got an open 3 if he wants it. He drives it in though. The kick out to Walter. Extra. Quickly's relocated. It's an open look. And that rattles home as well. Tied up again at 57. Simmons. Bounce pass to Johnson on the wraparound again. He steps back for 2. Doesn't get the bounce to go. He's tried a couple of those. They haven't worked. And now Barnes will try the entry pass. That's well done by Keon Johnson. There's a foul, though, on the floor. I thought that was a fair wrap-up. So 2:22 to play in this opening half. All square at 57. Quickly to trigger in. They get it in just in time to the big. Skip pass to Barnes. Back out. Drive in. Good defense by Claxton. Forces the mid-range 2. And it was halfway down. But no cigar for Toronto. Simmons with the ball now as we enter the final 2 minutes. Bounce pass to Claxton, the trailer. He'll give it to Keon Johnson. Nifty move. Didn't get the layup to go. It's going to be Raptors ball as it ended up on the sideline. Clowney into the game. Random ass stoppage for no reason. Quickly, we'll get it now. So obviously the Nets will look to go into the halftime break with a lead. Quickly. Foul. Banker is good. Quickly, we'll get a free throw as well. Let's see where the foul was. I'm not really sure what he's supposed to do there, but quickly we'll get another free throw here. The lead is 2. Quickly with the free throw. And that's good. He's had a good return game. That's for certain. That was only their second or their third free throw of the game. Claxton is just left alone on the perimeter. D'Lo will force Pirtle to come up. D'Lo steps back for 2. Oh, that's unbelievable. How has he scored that? 16 for D'Lo in the contest. Barnes in the mid-range. That rattles out. Claxton will drive it in himself. Foul. Got it to go. And it will be also a free throw. They've had a few and one opportunities here, the Nets, in the second quarter. And it's funded a pretty good offensive second quarter, that's for sure. So Claxton with one free throw here at the line. He was 2 of 4 the other night. And he makes the free throw. So just a tick under a minute to play here in this opening half. 62-60 the scoreline. It's definitely been a lot more high scoring than I could have anticipated. Quickly picks up his dribble. Hands it to Agbaji, and now Barnes back to Agbaji. 6 to shoot. Wrap around. Open 3. It's good. 63-62. 38 seconds here. The Nets will look to execute that 2 for 1. D'Lo on the perimeter. 3 is an air ball. And that is what happens when you try to shoot some ridiculously contested step back. So, 1 point lead. Quickly, we'll get it in. Barnes. 8-second difference between shot and game here. High screen set. Switch. Russell guarding Barnes. 6 to shoot. Gets inside. Oh! The poster. It's a 3-point game. One opportunity here for the Nets to get into this deficit. Johnson the pump fake and the 3. It's waved off. What? If there's a foul on the shot, then how on earth is it on the floor? What? Okay, it looks like there's going to be... Because the Nets are in the bonus, they're going to get 2 free throws, not 3. Because the foul was before the gather. So, Raptors will have 2 seconds to do something. Take it end to end. Johnson's free throws. These will be his 5th and 6th free throws. That's down 2. Opportunity to halve that with a make here. Here it is. And that's good. They got to get it in. They launch it 3/4 court. Oh my god, no way. Fucking hell. They nearly got that shit to go. They actually were able to somehow not get that 3/4 court pass intercepted. Grady Dick had to launch one up from like 35 feet, fading away. It nearly, well, it looked like he gave himself a bit of a chance, but halftime, and the Nets come out and score 31 points. Not a bad second quarter scoring wise, but I think the fact that they conceded 39 second quarter points, that is the real issue here. To a Toronto team who have only won the 7 games all season, and they only scored 71 points the other night. Will Max Lewis play? I don't think so. Who do you think is the leader of the team? I don't really know, to be honest, these days, because we don't really have anyone super old. I don't know. It, like, being a leader, I don't know if you mean by like the way they play or the way they like rally the players. I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain it, like, because you can lead by your play, and you can also just lead by your philosophy. Because, like, players can be dog shit on the court, but because of their wealth of experience they've had over the years, they're a leader in that sense. We don't really have anyone that's like super old. But we probably have a lot of leaders that their play does the talking. Like Cam Johnson, I feel like has become a lot more of a leader this year. Let's have a look at the box score though. D'Lo has 16 points for D'Lo in his first game back in a Nets uniform. He's got 4 assists to go with that as well. Shooting the ball on some great splits, 6 of 9 from the field. He's taken the most shots out of any net. Claxton's got 13 and 8. I can't recall him having this big of a half in a long, long time. And Cam Johnson with the 14 points. He's missed quite a few shots in the mid-range, but his 3-point shot is looking as good as ever. And that was the reason why I was able to get to the line for as many free throws as he did. I mean, and 1 opportunities, 3s he was fouled on. That always helps you out. And Keon Johnson with 11 too. I really can't recall the last time we've had 4 scorers in double figures heading into the second half. Like, that feels very, very rare. For Toronto, they've had a bit more distribution with their scoring, and I feel like even though they've got 1 less player in double figures, they've got the guys in single figures, they're scoring a couple buckets each. Meanwhile, for us, like, outside of the 4 players in double figures, no one's made more than a basket. I mean, Simmons is 0 of 4, Wilson's 1 of 5, Clowney's 1 of 3, Martin's 1 of 1, Sharp's 1 of 2. So, outside of those main 4, we're not getting too much. For Toronto, Quickly's got 11 and 7. A really good start for him. Scottie Barnes has got a similar stat line to that of Claxton. And Grady Dick has hit 3 3-pointers. Jacoby Walter with a couple 3s of his own. And ultimately, things are looking pretty similar when you look at the shooting. Like the Raptors have hit 1 extra 3. they've hit 4 extra shots, but our free throws are really helping us out. We've had 10 free throws to only the 3. And that is what is keeping us in it, even though we've had a couple less makes. So that is the halftime break. And I just want to see what the situation is with fast break points in the paint. Turnovers pretty even. The Nets have scored more points than Toronto off turnovers. The fast break points, the Raptors have got 22 of those. It's been a pretty fast-paced game. There's been a lot of misses and running in transition. The rebounding is pretty similar. Assist numbers are quite high, at least for Toronto, that is. The Nets have 6 steals, which is a great mark, a great standard to set. And then the points in the paint, 30 apiece. So I would have thought that we were going to get a little bit cooked in that respect, but we're not doing too badly there. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets versus Milwaukee tomorrow, in about 24 hours. Raptors looking good tonight. They are looking a lot better. Quickly is definitely a what was I going to say? Quickly is definitely making a difference for them. That's for certain. 11 points, 7 assists. I mean, they haven't had a point guard that could do that for quite some time. So I think it's quite good that they've now got that. They've got that playmaking ability. They've got another shooter on the floor. They don't have RJ Barrett either, so they probably need as much shooting as they can get. And they'll definitely be the better outfit. They'll definitely be the better outfit when, if RJ Barrett was to come back and then you put their squad against our squad, you'd probably say that Toronto look better than us. So potentially they'll start piling on the wins, and then maybe the Nets fall behind them in the standings. I don't know. There's a very real possibility that could occur. But look, the Nets win today. They're going to be 6 games ahead of Toronto. 6 wins ahead of Toronto. And given Toronto only have 7 wins on the year, that's a massive, massive gap. 33 games into the year, it's taken for Toronto to win 7 games. Being 6 games ahead of Toronto at that stage, it's going to take a long, long time before the Nets fall back. Alrighty. Overall, though, good first half. D'Lo's looked the goods. D'Lo's looked the goods. He's just looked. It's been very effortless, I feel. His quality around the rim, his layups, it looks like when he throws it up, it's just gonna bounce off the rim and be a nailed on miss. But he's looked really really comfortable. Those layups, it's always just a soft bounce. I don't know what he does, if he gives it a bit of backspin when it goes up. But it's gone in basically every time. And then there's been a couple plays where he's gotten steals and he's needed to maximize the extra number. Feels like we have not done that nearly enough this season, in maximizing the extra number. But in the couple of sequences, the few sequences where we've had that extra man, D'Lo's just known how to be patient and manipulate that extra man. I think it's happened both times with Tyrese Martin. It's been really smart play. So, yeah. I think that's a good sign. Raptors' last 20 games are almost all against bad teams. Well, maybe that's going to help. Yeah, that could potentially help the Nets out. Clax might be glad to play with Russell again. I don't think Claxton ever played with D'Lo. He wouldn't have, because this would have been a time where, well, our two centers when D'Lo was playing was Jarrett Allen and Ed Davis. And I don't think Claxton was there. Ed Davis was a really good center. Really good center for the Nets. I actually want to search up his stats because this guy was classy. This guy was classy. Let me have a look. He's 1 year at Brooklyn. He played 18 minutes a game. Only put up like 4 shots a game. But I just feel like it was a good... What the hell? He was like 11th in 6th Man of the Year voting? What? He was 11th in 6th Man of the Year voting. Ed Davis. Spencer Dinwiddie was 4th that year. Most improved player, D'Lo was 2nd. Man, the Nets were in a lot... Nets players were in a lot of discussions for like all the end of season awards. All NBA teams. D'Lo got a couple of votes. Any other cool little Easter eggs? All rookie teams. Nah. Rodion's Kuruks got votes. And he was like the 50th pick. And he was actually a really good player in that first season he played. Kenny Atkinson got a couple of votes for Coach of the Year. What was he, 5th? It's pretty good. Got 36 votes. So, yeah, that year was just a vibe. That whole year. Defensive Player of the Year, do we have anything? Nope. Jarrett Allen got a vote for Defensive Player of the Year. As a 20-year-old. And look at him now. I mean, he's just an absolute gun, isn't he? So, that year was a good year. That was a great year. How many rebounds? He got 8 rebounds a game in 18 minutes. Ed Davis got 3 offensive rebounds a game in 18 minutes. He only averaged 6 points a game. That's really odd that he got 6th Man of the Year votes. Anyway, we're about to start this second half with the game, a 1-point game. 65-64, the Nets led at quarter time by 7, but then second quarter rolled round, and Toronto, well, they have the slimmest of leads after they scored nearly 40 in that second quarter. So, look, we've had some really good scoring performances. I mean, the way the game's gone, it looks like there could be quite a few players that exceed 20 points. I think for the Nets to win, they do need 3 players to do that. Alrighty. So, second half action about to commence here. Alrighty. We're about to kick this one off. D'Lo's first half is a net 16 points, 4 assists. Great first half off the bench. It's going to be interesting to see how players like Keon Johnson go. He's had a really good 3-game stretch. I mean, he scored 25 a couple of games ago against San Antonio. Had 14 in the last game we played against Orlando, and today already has 11, and he's hit 3 threes. So he's been a nice sort of player to have. Anyway, players resumed. Keon Johnson guarded by quickly. And now Cam Johnson will hand it back to Keon Johnson. 4 to shoot. He's got to put one up. Bit of space allowed. And he, well, wasn't able to punish. So, first shot of the second half of the Nets off. Grady Dick. Blow by. Layup. The finger roll is beautiful. 67-64. Clowney wants that Cam Johnson handoff again. Claxton in the middle demands the basketball. Clowney. 3 is good. So Clowney makes his second bucket of the game. He had a very quiet first half, should I say. Already exceeds the point mark for the first half with 1 shot. Oh, that's a nice shot on the baseline there. Beautiful floater to give the Raptors the lead by 2. And now Simmons will facilitate again. Lost the handle initially. Then Clowney was blitzed. Was able to get it to Claxton. And then on the handoff, the knockaway sent it out of bounds. It was Agbaji. So 7 to shoot for the Nets. 10:30 to play. Claxton. There's a foul off the ball. Johnson was getting held. Agbaji picks up a personal now. Ball triggered in. Claxton should just shoot with the left hand. He does. Doesn't get the bounce. And then Toronto numbers swarm to get the rebound. Pirtle. Layup. Nets had no numbers. Or they did, but much smaller players. Simmons gets blitzed. And it's because the Nets only had 4 players, so Toronto thought they'd use the extra man to see if they could make a difference. Johnson 3 is well short. The rebound by Barnes. 3-point shooting's been a bit questionable to start this second half, I would think. Don't think the quality of shot has been there. Quickly. Got it in the dunker spot. Rolled it back out to Barnes. Quickly took a shot off the ball. No foul. Barnes 3. That's a tough shot. And Toronto pick up right where they left off in the first quarter. They lead by now 7. 7-0 run. Claxton. Cam Johnson 3. Yup. Good response. You'd think that an offense, the way we're running it, should not work. Claxton just standing in the same spot. Oh, that's an easy layup. It's knocked away. There's a foul going up. Like, literally, the offense on the last play was Claxton holding the basketball for 10 seconds without moving. Somehow, though, we still get a 3-pointer. Even despite the fact. 2 free throws coming up here for Toronto to get the lead up to 6, though. Agbaji makes the first. One more free throw here for Agbaji. It's good. 76-70. Simmons will look to use that Claxton screen. Nope, he won't. Claxton open up top, should I say. Johnson, 8 to shoot, passes to Keon Johnson. He's going to make something happen, and he scores off the glass. He heard me. What's going on? I don't know what was going on off the ball. I have no idea what happened. The Raptors just got called for a foul. Agbaji is going to get hit with the personal. Let's have a look. That is... I don't really agree with that. That was the softest foul I've ever seen. I feel like the Raptors get stitched up so badly by the officials. I swear their coach is always in the shits about some call. Doesn't go their way. Johnson got fouled going into the paint again. Quickly now with the personal. And so 2 free throws are going to come up here for Keon Johnson. Keon Johnson's been real good. Real good. So first one's good. He's had a really good start to the second half, Keon. This free throw is also good. So lead was as high as 7 for Toronto early in this quarter, but the Nets have responded nicely. They've hit all of their free throws, and they only trail by 2. Quickly. Guarded on the perimeter by the big. Barnes now. To Jakob Poeltl. Barnes in the corner. Guarded by Claxton, the step back 3. How has he hit that? And that was the most ridiculous celebration I've ever seen. I don't really know what that was. Johnson's just been fouled again, and this time it's on the pass. Barnes has hit 3 threes already. This guy's shooting 27% on the season, I've just heard, and he's hit 3 threes without a miss today. Typical shit. Typical. Clowney falling out of bounds, saves. Claxton, Euro, splits defenders and scores for 2. 79-76. Scottie Barnes, guarded by Simmons. They'll look to run him off the 3-point line, amazingly enough. Quickly, guarded by Johnson. Stops. Turnaround Jay. There's a foul. Keon Johnson with the personal. Quickly will head to the free throw line and return the favor after quickly fouled Johnson the other side. Whoops. So, another couple of free throws to get this lead back up to a 2-possession game. Quickly makes the first. Wilson back in. Johnson will sit. Good minutes by him. Quickly with another free throw to come. And that one rims in. So 5-point lead for Toronto. And Simmons will use the Johnson screen. Off-ball play. Johnson on the move. That's a shocking miss. Johnson nearly swept up his own miss, but Grady Dick will end up with it. Drive in, and a kickball violation as the pass was sent to the corner. So it will be Raptors ball. Ball inbounded. Trap. Barnes had an open mid-range. Oh my god, Clax. I swear to God, if you've just been hit with another fucking goaltend. Like, Claxton just blocks anything. He does not care if it's a goaltend or not. D'Lo with that jacket looks like he's like one of the coaching staff. I don't know what it is with that zip-up tracksuit. But timeout called here with a couple free throws for Toronto after the break. Third quarter, I mean, Toronto have been the better side, and the scoreboard would indicate that. Cam Johnson's got the 17, though. We've got 4 players with 15 or more points, and we're somehow losing the contest. Shooting the ball well from the field and from 3. I mean, we're shooting at 50, 40, 90 splits exactly. Or 50, 40, 100 splits exactly. But the problem is that Toronto have been even better from 3. They've been even better from the field. And look, even though we've got the advantage on free throws, it's probably not enough to offset the advantages that Toronto are having on offense elsewhere. Clax has had a good game, but probably been a little bit less assertive in the quarter. Probably been doing a bit less pick and roll action. Keon Johnson with the 15 is a pleasant surprise. Shooting very well. He's made the equal most threes in the game today. And yeah, very surprising, I will say. But this game is well and truly up for grabs. That's for certain. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We are going to be back for Nets versus the Bucks tomorrow. So make sure to tune in to that. Because, yeah, we'll be starting nice and early. Well, not nice and early, but you know when. So make sure to drop by. Hopefully I'm feeling a lot better. And also we'll have Cam Thomas back. Zaire Williams was questionable today, so he could be back. Looks like the Nets are getting a lot more healthier, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. But I don't think Geordie will feel in any rush to rush players back when the guys that we've got playing now, like they're doing a job. So free throws here for Barnes. No changes as of yet for the Nets in this third quarter. Jamal Shedd's come in for Toronto. 83-76 the score. Barnes is in the 20s now. Simmons. To Claxton on the wing. Bounce pass into Ben on the entry. He's looking on the weak side. Claxton, the spin move. That's blocked by Podol. Clax actually worked himself into a worse angle. And now the 3 for Agbaji is good. And it's up to a 10-point lead. They've got 21 points again in this third quarter. They just can't miss on offense. Simmons the drive in, the runner. What the bloody hell? That was an absolute mess under the basket. There's a foul and there'll be a couple free throws here for Claxton. Simmons went with a a floater. It was off, and then Claxton almost sandwiched it between the rim and the backboard. Claxton's free throw, of course, is off. What a surprise. So a little bit over halfway left in this third quarter. Makes one of two. Deficit is 9. What? How the fuck is that a foul? D'Lo's going to check back in. Wearing the number 1. Of course, it's like nothing ever changed, despite him being missing for 6 years. So D'Lo's first half had 16 points and 4 assists. So it's going to be interesting to see what will happen when he gets back into the game now, because his first half impact was very much felt. That pass was a little bit dodgy. They got 3 to shoot. They got to put one up. Barnes is feeling it from 3. That nearly went down. It's off. And the Nets get a much-needed stop. D'Lo gets the rebound and gets inside, shoots, and scores in the mid-range to cut it 2-7. Shed to Yakapodal. Knock away by D'Lo. He gets the steal, gets it ahead to CJ on the leak out, and the layup is good. D'Lo providing excellent minutes in his first game in a Nets uniform. Podal to Jamal Shed. Across now. 4 to shoot. They got to put one up, the Raptors, and that one is a tough one off glass. The Nets have the numbers here. They got to push. It's a 4-on-3. D'Lo to Johnson. Cutter is Wilson. It's a layup, and the Nets in the blink of an eye have got this one down to 3. A 7-0 run in 90 seconds. And now Scottie Barnes. Good defense by D'Lo. Tough 2 for Barnes, and he still scores over the top of that D'Lo contest. 4 minutes to play here in the third. Oh, what a feed! D'Lo! The backdoor cut by Johnson was honored by D'Lo, but that was an incredibly difficult pass. Pierced the eye of a needle. Jesus Christ. What a look. That's gone through 3 players for Toronto. What a look. 4 minutes to play. I think we've just sent Toronto to the free throw line. It's Jamal Shed shooting 2. He's missed the first. They haven't been there nearly enough today. So they probably need to capitalize. They can't afford to miss these free throws at the charity stripe. So 5 on the floor for the Nets. D'Lo, Martin, Sharp, Wilson, and Clowney. Shed splits the pair to get the lead out to 4. With 4 minutes to play here in the third. D'Lo will bring it up. 1-2 with Sharp. Sharp on the roll. Layup. Good. Off the glass over Podal. That's nice. I like that. And then Agbaji out. Drive in. Kick out. Good rotation by D'Lo. 7 to shoot. Jacoby Walters into the game. Extra to Shed. That 3 is badly off. Good contesting again by D'Lo. He's had a great game. Roll by Sharp. Euro. Kick out to Wilson. Kick out to D'Lo. Had a window of opportunity there to let that one fly, Wilson. But instead, we'll find another route. Sharp lost the handle after Podol collapsed the defense. And now the Raptors, early offense. Grady Dick, corner three, it's off. Offensive rebound secured by Podol. They roll it back out. It wasn't clean, but they'll get another crack. Drive in, layup. The scoop is unreal. 4-point lead. Martin, hesitation, gets inside. No look to Sharp. Tyrese Martin's had some good facilitation moments as well, that's for sure. 2-point lead here for Toronto. Nets have responded well. Switch. Sharp guarding. Shed on the outside. Gets inside. The acceleration. I mean, that's too easy. And we've got a timeout for the Nets with 2:12 to play. 2:10, should I say. 93-89 the scoreline. And let's take some time to check the box score. D'Lo has had another nice stint here in the third quarter. He is a team high +10. I mean, his minutes have been excellent. He's got the 3 assists in this quarter. He's not been as known for his offensive punch in the quarter, but 7 assists in the game to go with 18 points. A steal and a block is, I mean, this is just a beautiful sight. Beautiful sight. This is the D'Lo I know and love. Day'Ron Sharp with the 6. Wilson scored 6 as well. And then the guys on the bench right now, Claxton with 16 and 9, Cam Johnson with 21, and Keon Johnson with 15. The main key contributors, you know, as to why we have 89 points. Unfortunately, the defense has left a lot on the table. I mean, look at those Raptors shooting splits. It's not great. It's not great. Let me just say that. So, look, the Nets have responded quite nicely, actually. The scoring definitely is ticked over when D'Lo's on the court. But we probably need to start having answers on the defensive end. That's what's going to win us this game. That's for sure. Let's have a look at what's being said in the chat. Who do you think is next to be traded? Johnson, Thomas, or Claxton? Thomas is not getting traded. Cam Johnson is obvious. From your perspective, do you think the Raptors have a good chance of winning? Well, they're up, so they've definitely looked the goods. A lot better than their current record would suggest. Seems like you've got a bit of a cold. Such a beautiful day outside too. Yeah, I've just had a bit of a fever. So I'm fighting it a little bit, but we're good. We're good enough. D'Lo's been really good. I don't know, like, how many good games he had with the Lakers this year, but he's looked exceptional. He's looked really, really good. I almost feel like he's going to come here and do the exact same shit that Dennis Schroeder did with us. Like, just play to the team, or play to the strengths. Like, Schroeder was so effective as a point guard. And D'Lo already with the 18 and 7. He could have a double-double, like a 25-point double-double. It's not entirely out of the question. D'Lo trying to get freed up. Olynyk on the switch, the drive in, and D'Lo just lost the ball out of bounds. He thought he was fouled, I reckon. 1:48 to play here. Turnovers have definitely dried up as the game's worn on. That's for certain. Not too many turnovers this quarter. It's been pretty free-flowing. And just as I say that, the Raptors turn the ball over. Wilson is able to swoop on it. Good blitzing by the Nets. D'Lo across to Wilson, who gets inside and removed the defender. He blew the Little push shot. Wilson shovels it out to D'Lo. The no look to Clowney. The three is off. The rebound by Quickly. So a little bit over a minute left in this third quarter. Quickly goes downhill. Euro and the kick out to Olynyk. Back to Quickly, who had lost Johnson momentarily, but the Nets do well. Quickly one-on-one with Sharp. He's definitely going to have the acceleration over him, but he didn't have the quality, and he blew the layup. So inside the final minute now, Nets can get into this lead a little bit. Or deficit, should I say. D'Lo wanting the handoff. No look to Wilson. That three is off. Clowney, ouch! Clowney got crunched. He landed on his tailbone. Meanwhile, the Raptors... Whoa, that's a huge block by D'Lo. And then numbers collapse again. But there's a foul. Clowney is not in a good way. He's definitely winded, or his tailbone's cooked, or his back is cooked. He sought in for that rebound and he had nothing to break his fall. With 26 seconds left, there will be a stoppage in the game here. That was a very rough landing. Geordie's out there. He's definitely going to be a little bit ginger. Let's have a look. Ouch. Ouch. It's one of those positions where the minute you find yourself there, you know you're in trouble. You know you're in trouble. You got no way out. Clowney's going to sit. I would assume he's going to go down to the locker room. Meanwhile, Walter shooting a pair. Second free throw is bricked. So the Nets, with the 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock, are probably just going to run this one out and use the full 24 to ensure the Raptors don't have any sniff of getting a shot up. D'Lo, 6 to shoot. Johnson steps into a 3. That's off. Dayron can't get the rebound. Oh. Wilson is adamant that it is not off the Raptors. Geordie's going to challenge this. With 2.5 seconds, this is a bold call. Let's have a look and see who it's off. Oh my god, that's so off them. We're going to win another challenge. Jalen Wilson's intuition was right. And so it will be Nets ball with 2.5 seconds left on the clock. So it's going to need to be a prayer. Or we're going to have to... We're going to have to pray for the Nets to score here. Going to need to pray for a nice little offensive set, which the Nets will be drawing up now with the use of this timeout, which they will retain, should I say. So 2.5 seconds for the Nets to run a play here. The Nets have won another challenge. That's 25 wins from 35 challenges on the season. So Wilson will do the inbounding. The Nets have Johnson, Russell, Wilson, Sharp, and Martin on the floor. Who are they looking for? It's D'Lo. Oh, beautiful! Oh! It's a goaltend. It's a goaltend. That was genius. 0.4 seconds on the clock for Toronto. They're not going to put one up. That is a genius play out of the timeout. D'Lo was calling for the ball. They actually got him freed up. And so then 2 Toronto numbers collapsed. Day'Ron Sharp was open under the basket and D'Lo sent it right there. Day'Ron gets the 2. And so that is another assist for D'Angelo Russell. And so the Nets only trail by 3 heading into the fourth quarter. D'Lo has had an exceptional first outing as a Net. First time in 6 years or whatever. He's got 2 blocks to go with 18 points, 8 assists, a steal and 2 rebounds. He shot the ball very efficiently in only 20 minutes of action. In that quarter, the Nets did a much better job of, well, being more defensively compact. They only allowed 29 points in that quarter after conceding 39. But they also had their weakest offensive quarter. So, bit of work to be done in the fourth quarter, but they've definitely shown today that they do have the offensive capability. It's just going to be a matter of how consistent they can be down the stretch. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets Bucks tomorrow, as you can see in the bottom right. So that'll be an interesting meeting because we have won 2 of the 3 games in the season series. So potentially we could do something stupid and win that game. Who knows? But right now we're in a good place, I think. If we lose, I can say there's a lot of positive extractions. If we win, well, then of course winning's a good thing, right? How comes the score hasn't changed? The score's changed. Skyline, welcome to the stream, buddy. Dude keeps cheering on these Nets. Well, that is my team, so if I did anything otherwise, I'd be a fraud. Offense really flowing when D'Lo has been out there. Bloody oath. He's actually been a little bit of a wizard when facilitating. I reckon his assists have been more satisfying than him scoring the ball. Fourth quarter is underway now. The Raptors of Walter, Quickly, Olynyk, Mitchell, and Barnes, the 5. For the Nets, Claxton, Keon Johnson out there with D'Lo, Wilson, and Martin, who just got that rebound after the Nets forced the Raptors into a miss. D'Lo through the legs, gets inside, and he gets the bounce. Nifty. D'Lo's got 20. Barnes out to Mitchell. And now Olynyk will feed Barnes under the basket, and he had Wilson in a shocking position to be able to contest. And so Barnes was able to fully capitalize. Back to 3. Claxton looking for a recipient. D'Lo will collect. Got it by Mitchell, who committed 3 fouls on him in the first quarter. Martin. Oh, that's a tough 3. Way too far out. And it was misguided. Quickly. They're going to look for Barnes again, who wanted Wilson on him. Quickly, the acceleration, the lob over the shoulder. That is such a delicious dime by Quickly to get it back out to 5. Johnson, early offense, had it knocked away on the way up. And the Raptors will push. It's Mitchell. The trailer is Walter. He fakes on the pass. He gives it to Mitchell. And now Quickly on the wing. Got it by Russell. In the post. Olynyk, easy too. He had Keon Johnson on him. And Geordie will be called into an early timeout in this fourth quarter. 7-point game. The Raptors have already scored 100 points after scoring 71 the whole game against Boston the other night. So, fair to say they've responded very, very well. That's for certain.
Alrighty. So overall, I mean this has been an interesting game. If this is the D-Lo that I fix the score, what do you mean? The score is the score. What do you mean? I'm so confused. You've told me multiple times the score's wrong when the score is 100% right. Who is better for the Nets, D'Lo or Schroeder? Neither. Neither if you want to tank. I'm so confused. The score is right. I think you're just tripping out, buddy. Because this score is correct. Toronto up, though, 100 to 93. Second half, they've had most of the lead. Ever since they took the lead at the back end of that second quarter, things have been heavily slated in their favor. Alrighty. If the Nets lose today, I mean, they are basically tied down to that 12 seed at the moment, in the East. Charlotte and Toronto are so far back. Yeah. Look, it's not great if you're tanking. But then again, I think if you're 8th, you have... I don't know what the percentage odds are for you getting the number 1 pick from the 8th spot. Anyway, let's not worry about draft picks at the moment. We're worrying about the game at hand. We're worrying about good performances that we've seen. Johnson's been excellent. Russell's been good. Claxton's had one of his better games of the season. Most points in return to Nets. D'Lo is second. Dinwiddie scored 25 in his first game back. So maybe we shouldn't jump the gun real early because D'Lo could end up having a sook in a year's time. Claxton is dropped off the ball. And Mitchell picks up his 4th personal. He's barely been on the court today. Played a lot of minutes when Quickly was injured. Jamal Shed back in, replacing Quickly, who will come back in probably for the closing minutes. Simmons gets it into Martin. Back to Simmons. D'Lo on the wraparound, gets inside, and the floater's good as well. D'Lo's got 22 now. So Simmons, Russell, Claxton, Martin, and Wilson. There's a foul on D'Lo. And he's bewildered. He has no idea what the foul's for or what he's supposed to do in that situation. How on earth is that a foul on D'Lo? Is Geordie's going to challenge it? He wants an offensive foul. Looks like, yeah, we're going to get another challenge and see if we get the W here. I mean, nothing to lose, really. So, Nets down 5. It's not showing quarter 4 points. Yeah, because I can't update it I can't update it. I only put it in at the end of quarters. Looked like a push-off offensive foul. I just don't know how it's... Yeah, I don't know how D'Lo's hit with the foul. If anything, it would be a push-off, yeah. Eighth is 7.5%. Okay. So yeah, the odds of getting Cooper are very slim, but there is a chance at the eighth seed. I'm going on to Tankathon right now. We've got the 7th best odds. 7th best. And really, the only other team we can probably take over is Portland. And yeah, Portland are like a game off us. So sixth is probably the best we're gonna get. Odds right now 32% to finish or to get in the top 4, which isn't awful odds actually. How crazy Phoenix are 15 and 17, and we traded their picks away. They're 3 games better than us. Let me sim the lottery. Oh my god! I just did a lottery sim for on Tankathon, and the Nets have gotten the first pick. And we also have the 19th pick, the 25th and 27th. I feel like the Knicks and Rockets picks are bound for like late 20s. That Milwaukee pick could be very interesting. Our first pick is going to be just interesting, full stop. So 9:49 to play. Let's see if we've won this challenge, which seems to be something I consistently say. Okay, it's an unsuccessful challenge. So we lose that challenge. I feel like that hasn't happened for a long time. We won 10 straight challenges, which is fucking crazy, by the way. First unsuccessful challenge since December the 2nd, so a month. Oh, that's a good steal there by Martin. D'Lo shovels it out to Simmons. The Nets have to remain a little bit composed here. D'Lo blitzed. Claxton. No look! Simmons blew the fucking reverse layup. That was so saucy. D'Lo tried to draw a charge, and Agbaji Euro'd his way through. Fucking Ben Simmons, man. That was such a saucy play as well. The Claxton no-look pass. Ben picks up his dribble. The spacing's fucking cooked. D'Lo picks up his dribble, rolls it out to Martin, who's going to try one from way outside top of the key, and that's off. So couple possessions, the Nets have come up empty. Here's Scottie Barnes. Guarded by D'Lo on an island. And now Agbaji on the wing. 8 to shoot. They'll feed Scottie Barnes. He's got D'Lo on him. Numbers collapse, but absolutely no answer for the Olynyk cut. And the Raptors have responded with a nice run in the last 3 or 4 minutes here. Simmons to D'Lo, who's trapped and is now guarded by Agbaji. 8 to shoot. Screen by Simmons. D'Lo. Oh my god, mate. 2 to shoot. 2-man game. It's off. You know the offense is shit when only 2 players are getting involved. Cam Johnson and Sharp ready to check in. Scottie Barnes gonna back down D'Lo. Got the size. Numbers double. Shed to Olynyk. They got to put one up. Shed has an open 3. He's hit back rim. And the rebound is battered to Claxton. D'Lo, good find. Early offense. And Martin got denied by the rim. D'Lo really should have had another assist there. Shed, short on the 3. Martin with the rebound. D'Lo gonna lob it into Claxton. Extra. Wilson. Push shot is good. Smart play there. D'Lo yet again getting us into the offense early with passes that have a fair bit of distance in transit. So 7 minutes to play, and that is the margin. Nets are hanging around, but they really haven't been able to make much inroads. So 97-104. Let's have a look at the box score. Haven't done an update in a little bit. D'Lo's got the 22. He's looked good. 9 of 13. Most of his misses have come from the outside. Claxton with a double-double. And Cam Johnson with the 21. He's about to check back in. For Toronto, Barnes has been prolific. And quickly he's got a double-double as well. But for him, it's on the assists side of things. For Claxton, it is the rebounding. So, still a lot of basketball to be played here. So 7 minutes to play, 104-97. Oh, that's a great look. And the 3 is knocked down. Couldn't have asked for a better look out of the timeout. I don't know what the Nets were doing defensively there. Clowney's out for the rest of the game, so we won't see him again. After that hard fall earlier. Johnson. Gee, the intensity defensively, you can tell the Raptors are switched on. Johnson! Oh my god. Brilliant defensive possession by Toronto. 10-point lead. I don't think the lead's been larger. Quickly going to bring it up. Podol. Got it again. It's leads up to a dozen. 6 minutes to play. Whew. It's cooked. Simmons gets inside, scores with the right hand. That's actually his first bucket of the entire match, which is just a bit of a calamity, a bit of a travesty. Quickly. Guarded by Johnson way up top. Drive in. And another layup over Sharp. And the Raptors definitely have the ascendancy. They're shooting 73% in the quarter. Wow. And then the offensive foul by Sharp. Are we fucking taking the piss? So I would say the Raptors definitely have the upper hand now. That's for certain. What? Oh, come on, mate. He hasn't even fucking touched him. Oh my god. Are we fucking calling that a foul in the modern NBA? Jesus Christ. That is... Bro, he's just fallen over. He should be charged $25K for flopping. Agbaji 3. What a find by Quickly. And now they just can't miss. So the Nets are getting smacked up now. 20-6 run in 6 minutes. Sharp to Johnson. This is an open 3. And there is a foul. And it will remain on this end. We've got just a bit under 5 minutes to play. D'Lo's back in. So it's gotten to that point then, apparently. Wilson, Claxton, Russell, and Johnson squared out on the floor for the Nets. Russell to Wilson in the corner. That pass was saucy. Wilson takes it inside, extra, and then Johnson threw it away. Barnes, transition, jam. Fucking hell, how is it a 17-point lead? Johnson blocked at the summit. Oh my god, this run, this is out of control. Quickly's gonna slow things down. Oh my god, that's a deep three. Oh, they can't miss. It's over. It's happened so quickly. And D'Lo's box plus minus numbers are absolutely tanking. The Raptors have got 25 points in the fourth to our 8. We've scored 8 points the whole quarter. I swear we're always due for one of these. Happens every single time. Jaden Ivey may have busted up his leg. Ouch. Ouch. I'm just watching that back. Oh, shit. That's gonna hurt. Well, it's hurting just as much as this run that the Raptors have just gone on. I mean, they are absolutely killing us now. You wouldn't have thought it was a close game for basically the whole match until the last 3 minutes. Fucking hell, 25-8 in the fourth quarter. It was at quarter time we led by 7. At halftime we trailed by 1. At three-quarter time we trailed by 3. And now it's a 20-point game. Jesus Christ. So 4 minutes to play in the fourth. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back tomorrow for Nets Bucks. Make sure to tune in. Wilson picks up his dribble, kick out. Johnson 3. That's off, but Johnson is able to get the putback dunk. And on that follow was fouled, and it'll be a free throw. Max Lewis is in. So Max Lewis in at the 3:52 mark. I don't know who else has come in. Dayron's still out there with Cam Johnson, Beekman, and Tyrese Martin. So I'd imagine they're going to take Johnson off shortly. Wilson has gone to the bench. He'll come back in for Cam Johnson, I'd imagine. Quickly bounce pass in. They kick out of Barnes. They're still playing their starters, the Raptors. 6 to shoot. Quickly. Gonna put a tough shot up. How has he hit that? It's just nothing you can do. Johnson gets inside. Had it stolen by Barnes. Oh my goodness. And there's another jam in transition. They'll pick up their 8th win of the season. Fucking hell, man. 3 minutes to play. Sharp. Lewis has an open 3. And he hits. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lewis is injured. He's been out there for half a minute, and he's already injured. Are we fucking... Are we kidding? What just happened? I need to almost see a replay on that. He is not in a good way. That's not good. He's holding his knee as well, so... For fuck's sake, man. What the fuck, bro? He's been out there for 1 minute. Imagine sitting on the sideline for 2 minutes. Or, no, sitting on the sideline for the whole game to come on for 2 minutes. And you get injured. I don't know what's happened. $2:47 to play, though. What's going on with that left leg? He can put weight on it, which is good. I don't know if it's just there was knee-on-knee contact. I don't know what happened. He looks in a really bad way. They can't put weight on it. That's fucking cooked. He's been on for 1 minute and he's gotten injured. That's fucking cruel, that is. What actually happened? He hits the three. Oh, shit. So he was off balance after he hit the three. And then he hyperextended his leg. I think. I've never seen that in my life. Quickly nearly rattles home another three. Johnson's back in. Shoots another three. And that's a fucking air ball. So, just to add a bit of insult to injury, another shot goes astray. And the Raptors probably will... Well, weirdly enough, I don't know what their coach is doing. Why has he not brought the bench in? Like, there's 2 minutes left, and their starters are still in the contest, and they've just seen some bloke get injured. Surely that's enough to deter you from playing your starters this late on. The scoop is off for Beekman. He'll shoot a couple. So 2 free throws coming up. And 1 is made of the 2. So they're still playing their starters. Quickly over the shoulder. Pirtle short on the runner. Beekman gonna push. Kick out to Martin. Extra to Wilson. It's an air ball. Are we just trying to pile up the air balls? Wilson, what the fuck? Jalen Wilson, mate, he literally had an open 2. He was looking around for a pass, and then he got his shot blocked because he took too long. So, inside the final 90 seconds, I'm sort of happy that they've kept the starters in because there's been really no stoppages. Barnes, another step back 2. That's off. Rebound secured as they save it, and quickly will step into another wide open 3. That's good. 1 minute to play. And it's back up to 20. Layup for Johnson. Cuts it down to 18. They're going to get it across half court. And there's 5 players waiting at the scorer's table. Wholesale changes, but it doesn't even look like they're going to get an opportunity to come on the court. Now they will. 41 seconds this bench unit will get to play, and the starters will sit. 128-108 the scoreline. So, what is Geordie talking about with the official? The Nets were in the bonus, and the Raps fouled intentionally, so 2 free throws for Wilson. Wilson makes both. And 41 seconds left in the contest. I don't really know what the point is of bringing these guys in. The Raptors lost 11 in a row until today. Their 8th win of the season. They're going to put a shot up. Are they? Yep, they will. Walter stops and puts up a 2 as the clock expires. So they score 130. They score 59 more points than they did a few nights ago in their last meeting. And the Nets are still playing. And they're going to get another 2 points. And Dayron will have the opportunity for free throws with 10 seconds left in the contest. I swear we feel like it's an NBA Cup game with the point differential, because there was absolutely no reason to shoot that, Dayron. But look, every time you concede 130 points, you're probably not winning. Dayron makes the and one, and the Raptors will bring it in, and that'll do it. So a 17-point win for Toronto. And it was basically off the back of one fourth quarter performance, really. They've wound up scoring 36 points in the fourth quarter, as opposed to the Nets' 22. And yeah, the second half is really where they did all the damage. They outscored a 65-49. And if we look at the box score, D'Lo had a really good return game. I mean, he ends the game with 22 points, 8 assists, and a couple of blocks. Shot the ball really well. Cam Johnson with 24 points on 12 shots. Keon Johnson took way too many shots, and Claxton had 16 and 10. Unsurprisingly, he only scored 3 points in the second half, and our scoring completely tanked. So that just goes to show how important Clax is. When he's on and performing, then, you know, that's when we win games. Or that's when we perform better. D'Lo in a game we lost by 17 was a +2. So that tells you really all you need to know. Simmons, the 6 assists, but 1 of 6. And Noah Clowney also went down with a back injury. Max Lewis was on the court for 1 minute and got injured. So that's a shocking luck story right there. The Nets end up shooting the 3 ball pretty poorly after they were shooting it quite well for a substantial period of the game. They only made 1 of their last 12. Ultimately, though, the Raptors, I mean, their field goal percentage was through the roof in this game. And we just need to take one simple look and see that they were 52 of 88. They were 50% on their threes, and the Nets made 10 less shots. So that really tells you everything you need to know. When the Nets performed earlier on in the contest, it was off the back of them forcing turnovers and making a good percentage of their shots. But unfortunately, that wasn't sustainable as the game wore on. Dayron Sharp was good with 11 and 8. So the bigs were pretty good for the most part, but there were just, you know, there weren't enough performances all round. I mean, you look at the Raptors, they got 33 from Scottie Barnes and 13 rebounds with a couple steals. And then they had 2 other players score 20. And then they also had 3 other players score in double figures. So they got contributions all round, and these were in very efficient contributions as well. So the Nets get comprehensively done in the second half, and we're going to need to move forward to tomorrow, which we will be here for. The tank is on. We will catch you. Yeah, I'm not going to waste too much time talking shit. We'll be back here in 24 hours for Nets versus Bucks. Until then, make sure to stay safe. We'll chat to you in a bit. Appreciate you all rocking up and showing your support. But until next time, we'll see you around. Have a good one. Peace out.